All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Late Night Shots Podcast, episode 107. And today I'm joined with Nahshon Garrett.
What's going on, guys? Great to be on. Appreciate you for having me.
Of
Hey, I'm not a
course.
heavyweight though.
Hey, listen, Heavyweight Nation over here, we show love to everybody. No matter what weight class, no matter what level of college wrestling you're at, we just love to give love to everybody out there. So,
I appreciate that. I got a heavyweight heart though,
hey,
in the best sense.
listen, man, we've seen a lot of lightweights in our time that they can eat like a heavyweight. I'm sure there's a lot of those guys out there. They can take the food down, but
we could put down. We just got fast metabolisms.
Yeah, we lack that part. You guys win on that
That's
aspect of it. But
it's a genetic thing, man.
I'll give a quick shout for our sponsors. As most of you guys know who watch us frequently, we have 3 different sponsors. We're sponsored by Body Art Nutrition. That'll be in the link down below. You can use code HWTN20 for 20% off your order. We're now recently sponsored by Defense Soap. You can use code HWT15 at checkout for 15% off your order. And then there's an affiliate link down below. Shop with our link on Liquid IV. Get 25% off your order with our link. So just go check all that out. All right, Nahshon, might as well hop right into it. I mean, I think we got to start where everybody wants to know. Obviously, NCAA Division I national champ out of Cornell. I mean, so we'll just start from the beginning. I mean, coming out of high school, what was your recruiting like, and what really made you choose to go to Cornell?
Yeah, so I have a story here. My anecdote was this. My junior year of high school, my coach actually sent a message to Coach Cole. Now, at this time, I had just won my first state title. I was 103 pounds, soaking wet. Actually, no, I was a little bit bigger. I was like 100, probably 110 pounds, but I was still a fallopian tube of a young man. And basically, he sends out an email, and Coach Cole is like right on it, like real sharp with the eye. And he actually came to visit me. I want to say it was either my junior or my senior year. I think it was might have been my junior year. I think it was in 2011, the year that they had taken second at the national championships. He visited me the week before at my hometown in a little place called Chico, which is upstate New York, up in New York. And up in California, Northern California. And I've been a bunch of places. And and that was a sign of almost like, all right, you showed us respect, you showed us some promise and some love. You saw in me what many other coaches and many other people could not see at the time. And you went for it, and you put your eggs in the basket, and you went for it. And so so the decision was actually pretty easy. When it came down to it, it was I saw someone who had saw me before I had won the senior national title, before I'd won another state title, before any of the other later accolades, and they jumped on it. And I felt that it was most honorable to respect his decision to do that. And I thought that was great. And so that's why it was an easy decision. Although I did take one other recruiting trip to University of Virginia, and that was right after I'd won my senior nationals title. I had a couple other coaches looking at me. And so, I think Michigan State was looking at me, Duke, a couple other places that I wasn't really too keen on. Yeah. So around after that point in time, I got out to Cornell. I did what's called the gray shirt year. It's not a red shirt because Ivy Leagues don't have red shirts. They only want you in there for 4 years. And once you in and out, and to be honest, our team didn't really our school didn't give a lick about sports. To be honest, you win a national title or you get an All-American status, and it's like, all right, great. Yeah, this paper is going to be due that same day. So it wasn't much love, no banners, no parades, nothing sexy, but we knew for ourselves what we had. And of course, thankfully, wrestling's we have a great family with regards to wrestling around the world. So other people were able to show us a little love and appreciation. But yeah, I mean, I had my first year there. I was a California boy. I wore pretty much sandals and Vans the whole winter time. I was not expecting that winter to be as bad as it was, but man, that thing was miserable as heck. I lived in a broke down, yellow Freddy Krueger house, frat house, with with stained beer on the floor. I mean, the whole thing smelled to high heavens. The couches were loaded up and infested with maggots and roaches and bats, and we had a whole thing, and it was haunted probably too. Had a couple of weird hauntings happen. So, it was wild. It was really really wild.
Yeah.
And so that was my first year. So I got the you straight to the introduction, being poor, eating snacks, all the other extracurricular activities that you do when your parents aren't watching, with your friends, and it was a good time. It was a really fun time. A lot of memories made. The Take Care Drake album was out, so so we was jamming. It was a good year, 2011, 2012, man. And then after that, if things got really serious, I was the last person in my Cornell group to get into Cornell, and that's when my freshman year started, man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, me and also, everybody who's watching right now, you probably do notice we're missing somebody. He has college class today, so that's his loss. He doesn't get to get on this dope episode with us, but both of us are college freshmen. We both wrestle at D2 colleges. We're actually both in the same conference for D2 wrestling. So we're hoping next season we get a super match going if everything could go his way. God willing, he gets the starting job, and I'm pretty confident in myself that I'll be taking that spot for my team. So we're both excited to see if we could get a super match set up, to see if we can get a little rivalry going in the conference. But I know it's exciting, man. Obviously, recruiting is one of those crazy things where it's like, at one point you kind of sit there and question, are you really good enough to go into the next level? Right. And, I think, obviously myself, and I'm sure you had those moments as well. You take the tough losses, the injuries, and you kind of sit down with your parents and you're like, I don't really know if I'm going to get a phone call, or if I'm going to get an email, or a coach is going to come watch me wrestle. And, I think, especially for myself, I only got to wrestle 1 year of high school. I broke my leg twice in high school. Oh my
gosh.
Two times I broke my tibia and fibula clean through, same leg, 2 times.
In the same place?
Yeah, same place, same leg, same everything.
I thought they were supposed to heal stronger.
Yeah, no. And then I just did it again this year, my first year of college.
No way.
Yeah, to try time number 3. So yeah.
What are you doing that you're breaking your femur? Like you said, your femur?
No, my tibia fibula.
Oh, your tibia fibula. Okay.
Yeah. My doctors like to think it's because I'm lactose intolerant. I don't drink enough milk. I got put on vitamin D supplements. Okay. I think I have like weak bones. Like, I'm not kidding. That's what they said. They said I have weak bones. So
they're big, but they're weak.
Yeah, no, I'm a big kid. I'm like 6'1", 6'2", like all of 300 pounds. So I don't know. I never had problems like that before, but it was always during wrestling. And then I'd heal. I'd go through a full football season, no problem. And then wrestling would come and I'd break my leg. And I'd be like, well, don't know how this happened, but I did. Like, and sometimes I didn't even know it was broke. Like recently, I walked around for a week and didn't even know my leg was broke. Oh yeah, no, but I actually didn't know. We talked about this before. Weird fact, you probably don't remember, but there was some kind of like I don't know if it was like a mini conference or something. It was you, Bo Nickel, and a couple other guys. And
Thomas Gilman. Yeah.
Bo Nickel's on vacation at the time, and he's like in some like in some other country or somewhere in some like thing, and like I get like the chance to speak, and I'm like, how do I come back from an injury during college? And then everybody starts talking away, and I'm like, I don't think they know who I am. I'm like, they probably don't know that I'm like, I don't even want to toot my own horn, but we got a little bit of clout with our name. Right. We got a little following going right now. So
hey, love to see that. Yeah. So how many followers and what's your count like? I mean, give it to me. I want all the deets.
So hold on, let me find. I got like a whole yearbook page. In my
yearbook.
Yeah, I graduated last year from high school. Okay. So like we're freshmen in college, and I got a whole yearbook page about it. So this was 2020. All right. We had 8.3 million likes, 8.3 million views, 332 videos, 718,000 likes, and then 17.4K followers.
Wow.
So that was in 2020. Now, that was just for TikTok. Now in 2022, we have 100K followers, over 3 million likes, over 1,000 videos, and over 20 million views in 2 years. So we like crazy numbers. And then we just hit 43K on Instagram.
Wow, that's great.
Then, we recently just hit 2K on YouTube. We're like episode. Yeah, we're grinding though. We're trying to get to nationals. That's our big goal. Is we want to go to Tulsa next year.
Okay.
And we're gonna try to build up a good enough portfolio. With articles like newspaper style articles, and then obviously like podcasts and like posts and stuff online. Our sponsors. We're trying to build enough portfolio to be able to get media passes to get down on the floor to do post-match interviews. Because every guy we've talked to is always, they always tell us, I'd so much rather talk to two friendly 19-year-old guys that are trying to bust their butt to make something out of this and share the sport of wrestling than talk to some random guy from some small newspaper in whatever town that Nationals is being held at. So
sure.
We that's our big goal. We want to go to Tulsa, and we want to watch Nationals, and we want to get on the floor. So that's one really big thing we're working at this year for next season. That's probably our end goal.
Wow. Well, hey man, best of luck to you guys. I think you guys I think you guys will do it,
I think it's
dope and it's dope that you guys are using the TikTok to do so. I mean, you can blow up on TikTok, and you could use it to build your business, your brand, yourself. We've
had great success. Really great success, actually. We sat like yesterday and crunched numbers, like to see how much it would be for us to get there, and like obviously like flights and Airbnbs and this and that, and we're pretty much almost 95% sure we could do it. So it's just been great success so far, and I give it up to my business partner who's not here. He does so much, like behind the scenes stuff. He does all the thumbnails, all the editing all the editing and stuff. I give a lot of credit to him. I just kind of come on here and talk to everybody. And, I do like more of the business side stuff. So I reach out to a lot of the companies who sponsor us and send us products and all that stuff. So it's been great. It's been insane. I mean, at 19 years old, I never thought like when I had to do a meeting with the Liquid IV people, I joined this Zoom call, and it's all these guys in some multi-million-dollar corporation wearing suits. And I'm in like a champion hoodie in my dorm room. I'm like, sup guys? They're like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 19. They're like, you're 19? I'm like, yeah, we both are 19. Me and the other kid who runs this stuff. They're like, all right, okay. It's been awesome. This is a great experience. But back to you. This is your podcast. We'll get back to you. So obviously we have to ask, what was it like wrestling in the same wrestling room with Kyle Dake? What was it like being in that Kyle Dake Cornell room?
Yeah, man. It was so I was I think I was the only freshman on the team, not on the team, but like on the starting team that got to wrestle with all those guys. Kyle Dake, who else we had? We had Chris Long was on team. We had Nevy, Mike Nevinger, who was All-American also. Who else was there? We had a group of people, but obviously Kyle Dake was there. And so this is in 2012, 2013, being a freshman on the team. It's like, I'm watching the best guy every day. I see what he does. I see how he acts. I see the way that he is. And I'm like, okay, I know that if I want to be what I want to be, that there are some things I'm going to have to take from this guy in order for me to become what it is that I want to be. And now he was trying to make history, 4 different championships at 4 different weight classes. Like, he was looking to make history. So all the extra stuff, I saw him doing it. All the extra workouts, I saw him doing it. The pain, the toil, I was there. I was watching. And I find myself to be very fortunate to be able to have that. Another funny story is before I went to Cornell, I had a conversation. I was on my recruiting trip and I had a conversation with Kyle Dake. And Kyle Dake, he said, I believe that you're going to be the next one, the next national champ. And that was like, oh, wow. Like, I can't believe Kyle Dake, who just won his, I think at that time, his second national title, was maybe his third. No, I think it was his second. Just said that to me, and so that made me feel pretty good. And so obviously that was another point of emphasis to be like, okay, I get to be around this guy all the time. He knows what he's doing. Obviously he's figured it out. And so anyways, I was not the next guy. A guy named by the name of Gabe Dean ended up beating me. And Gabe Dean was obviously really good. He was a 4-time All-American, and a 3-time national finalist, 2-time national champ, and incredible wrestler and person. And then I was after him. And so it was man, it was great. It was great. It was great to see it. Nevertheless, having someone like that. He actually wrote me a letter. I don't know where that letter would be, but at some point in time, maybe I'll reveal it at some point in time. But it's a letter handwritten by him talking about just really encouraging me as a wrestler, as a person, how he believes in me, what he believes I can do, what he expects that I do every single time I go out there. And so as a freshman, with that kind of encouragement, with the structure, with the system that we had in play, I did the best that I possibly could do. I beat a national champion to be an All-American. I made the semifinals, wrestled national champion Jesse Delgado, 2-time national champion Jesse Delgado. I came back in the backside. I beat guys who I lost to and ended up taking third. And so it was cool to be able to see someone believe even before it had happened. And it gave me a lot of courage to do what I did for the rest of my career.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, if anybody has followed you or Kyle, or to be fair, even I want to say Max or Gabe or even David Taylor, they have seen that you guys are still all very close friends. You guys are always, you guys are very close with each other, you and Kyle, and obviously DT. You guys are obviously really good friends. So what has that been like with you to, have Kyle encourage you like that in college, and now you have a lifelong friend with him? Obviously, you guys are trained for the senior level and stuff. So what has that been like, having those guys now be like long-term friends that you'll have the rest of your life?
I mean, it's incredible. You have people who are like-minded individuals, people have been through the grind, who have been through the struggle. We have this commonality of excellence. We have this commonality of hard work, grind. We have this commonality of being injured, suffering defeat, suffering loss, and then coming back powerful, And so I don't take it for granted. It's not anything I take for granted. Another one of my really good friends is me and my wife is Helen Marula. She's a really good friend of mine. There's a few girls on the women's team who I would say I'm good friends with. Victoria Anthony. I love good conversation with Thomas Gilman. I mean, just everyone. I love everyone in the wrestling community, and I appreciate. I don't know. I just really appreciate that level of excellence, and we just get each other. And so we have a lot of fun. We have a really good time, and we stand on strong morals and principles of hard work and family and doing the right thing.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that's something that, anybody, from any level of wrestling community, could say, anytime there's a hardship or a loss of a family member, you see just people reach out. We talked a little bit about it when, yeah. Okay. So we talked a little bit about it when we did Nick Bouzakis, and he obviously talked about when his younger brother passed away. And he said, that there's something about the wrestling community that just pulls together, no matter what, no matter what people are going through, there's just like almost like a family aspect. He said guys that he never even spoke to before that were these, world-class athletes reached out to him and stuff. So, I mean, it just shows, the whole community comes together where we really could do anything.
Right. That's facts. That's big facts.
So, I mean, I guess, we'll just go through some other quick questions for you. I mean, what is it like now? What are your big plans? What are your next competitions you're looking at for this off season for this freestyle season, I should say?
Yeah. So I mean, our freestyles are is our on season. So right now I'm in a bit of a limbo right now. I have a bit of a situation with regards to my wife who just got her PhD, and she actually just got
Congratulations
her
to
green
her.
card too. And so she's kind of being naturalized. And so we're in the process of finding out whether or not we'll be moving or if we'll be staying in town in Tennessee. So that's a little bit of what we're doing right now. And so I'm a little bit following her and just in a bit of kind of suspended right now in space. But I'm doing my best to stay in shape. I go to the gym every day, probably 5-6 days of the week. I wrestle with my kids every day. But as far as like hard, core training, it's not really happening right now. So, and that's nothing I feel too bad about. It's just everything in its time,
Oh yeah.
everything in its time.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, seeing how Cornell performed this year at nationals, you have to be a proud Cornell alumni. Obviously they had some great success, and their team is truly looking to be on the up and up. So, what are your
Really.
thoughts a little bit on that, and what are your thoughts on some of those guys that are there who are making some big noise for Cornell?
Yeah, man. Obviously Yanni's a freak.
Yeah.
Kind of figured he would do it. He did the way that he did it. He looked better this nationals. I mean, dominant performances. I thought there would at least be one close match, but he just bullied people. Vito, I expected Vito to win. I was devastated that there was a situation that happened that didn't go his way, didn't go in his favor, which kind of blew the match wide open for the other kid who he had very well beat at their last competition, their last head-to-head. And so John Luau, very good too. I mean, I was happy for all of them, and of course they make Cornell look good, and that's my alma mater. Those are my people. That's my fan base, the original fan base. And so I'm always going to have a special place in my heart for the Cornell guys, being inspired by them, but also being inspiration to them when they were, not even, in college, when they were not when before they were the stars that they are now.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be crazy for you to watch a guy like Yanni compete like that. I mean, he's obviously going to go for it all and try to get he's going to go first fourth. So I mean, what's that?
Well,
yeah. He's going to be he really is, kind of putting Cornell on the map as the second person in Cornell history. Some people got to be watching that, and you got to be like, what are they feeding those kids over at Cornell?
wow.
Obviously Kyle Dake and now Yanni. I mean, it's got to be crazy for the coaching staff and everybody over there to kind of have that whole situation go on.
So we would probably be the only college with two.
Yeah, I think
four-timers.
you would officially be the only college with two. Yeah.
Wow. That would be dope. Yeah, that'll be a great year. That'd be a great year. Yanni's gonna have to step it up real hard, and because people are gonna be gunning for him.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I mean, that weight class is no slouch. There's no slouches in there. I mean, them kids are good. I mean, the kid that he beat in the finals.
He went up a weight class too. He went from 41 to 49. So that was him, giving up, him up another 8 pounds from his previous weight class. So
right. Yeah. Although I think it would have been fun to watch him wrestle against Nick Lee.
I agree with that as well. I think that would have been kind of like a little super match, that would have been
sure
to watch.
But they will wrestle, for 65.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, you wrestling at the senior level, you've seen, your Cornell guy, you've seen Yanni, you've seen Vito compete against these absolute tanks who were wrestling when you were there. You've seen Yanni, who's still wrestling at Cornell, wrestle against Rutherford, who was wrestling at Penn State when you were there.
Right.
I mean, this is kind of gonna be crazy for you to see like these young bucks who were not even out of college yet wrestling these guys who were absolute units when you were in college.
Right. Yeah, it's wild to see it. I mean, it just like a flash. I mean, my sophomore year, I would go out to to Rochester, where Yanni is from,
Yeah.
and his dad would his dad would be like, "Hey, train my kid," and I'm like, "All right." And I would just train his kid, and they would give me a place to stay, and I would be out there for a few days or sometimes a week or two, and I would be in there wrestling with Yanni, and I'd freaking put it on him then, but
Yeah.
now it's like, oh man, it's a grind to it's a tough match.
Yeah, I mean, especially now with him and his brother though, who's also super talented.
Yeah,
Also
Greg,
at
that's
court,
right.
yeah. And that kind of adds to the group of brothers. There's quite a lot of them now on the wrestling scene that are just, that are insanely, talented groups of brothers. I mean, obviously probably the most prominent this year was the guys from Oregon State, the Willett brothers. They absolutely showed up at the tournament and absolutely changed the pace of both of their weight classes. So, I mean,
Wow.
yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just kind of close it out here. Just talk a little bit about, obviously what was going through your mind. You win nationals, you step off the mat. What's the first thing going through your mind?
First thing going through my mind is I'm really, really tired. I didn't want to be
bet.
that tired getting off. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of adrenaline. There's a lot of a sense of accomplishment and a release of pressure that I wasn't really there, but that might have just, I don't know, just that physical pressure that you might have put on myself. But yeah, I really wanted to have a bit of a more dominant performance. I think there were some points left out there that I could have scored, but I didn't open up as much as I wanted to. And so yeah, that was pretty much it, man. It was a great feeling. There's no feeling like it. And I just wish I wasn't so tired that I could have like enjoyed it more. And then right after that, they do like a pee test, and like I was sitting there for like, an hour or two. And so by that time, everyone's already like having a good time and having their fun. And like, I'm like missing out on it. I'm like supposed to be there. And but it was great, man. It was great. And
Is that just a custom after you win nationals that they test you like that?
yeah.
Or was somebody a little suspect to your performance?
I believe they test every single national champ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane that they kind of pull you off the mat and then right after they're like, oh, hey, yeah, go test for performance enhancing.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's insane. That's crazy to think about. But I guess we'll just roll into ask you some fun questions. Trying to keep it short and sweet here. So ask you some fun non-wrestling related questions. So obviously you said you're right now currently living in Tennessee. So obviously Tennessee is known for some pretty good food, and Heavyweight Nation, us and our fans, we're some large men who enjoy some good grub. So we got to ask, where's go-to spot to eat in Tennessee where you're at right now?
Oh, go-to spot. Oh, there's a spot that is in Bristol that is called, oh my God, it's like called Noodle Town or something, or Noodle. It's like Noodle Company or something like that. I think it's Noodle Co. And it's a Vietnamese place, and it is banging. It is so good, and it's authentic. You can taste every spice. It's not generic. They don't use GM. They don't use any kind of like salt. Like there's like a specific salt that they use that everyone uses for like Chinese food. They don't use that, so you can actually taste the flavor. They got chicken wings, they got soup, they got pho, they got pad thai. So it's freaking dope.
That's fire. And I guess let's ask you one more question. We'll just we'll take it. We'll roll with it. So
okay.
Usually we ask everybody who's currently in college to take four of their teammates on their college team to be in the zombie apocalypse. But you've represented Team USA a handful of times. So we'll give you the chance to, on one of those national teams, whichever one you'd like to pick, you could take four of those teammates of yours to be in the zombie apocalypse. Who are they and why?
Okay. All right. Definitely taking Thomas Gilman.
I can understand why. Yeah.
I'm gonna take Kyle Dake.
Okay.
Definitely taking Kyle Dake. Because of all of his, information and grounding and that kind of thing.
Just another guy with the Cornell education. I'm sure you guys can figure it out.
That's right. Survival. Yeah. Who else I'm gonna take? I think I'm probably gonna take let's see. What's on the team? I think I will probably take who's a 65 that year? Who was a 65 that year? I can't. Oh, it must have been. I can't even think about it. I don't know who it was. Dang, that's gonna bother me. Well, whoever. I think the next two people. I think I'm probably gonna take James Green.
Solid.
Yeah,
I mean, his career just ended as well, so that's great to take him.
Yeah, he's fun, but he's street smart. He's street smart. And you know what else? I think I will probably take. Oh man, I think I will probably end up taking. I want to say David Taylor. He seems like a guy who can maybe shoot some guns, but I don't know who else can shoot guns on that team.
I can't even think. Who was that heavyweight that year?
It was Nick Wisdowski. Was Nick Wisdowski. Does he shoot guns? I would need somebody who I know would shoot guns. So
yeah,
out of everyone else, I mean,
Gilman definitely. You got Gilman there.
Yeah, Gilman. If Gilman doesn't shoot guns, I would be.
Oh no, he definitely does.
I would be definitely surprised about that. Right? Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, obviously that's probably one of the most stacked super teams we've had so far. I think that's close. That's close first. Kirk was on Greg Kirkley, the current heavyweight at Penn State, and he just named like the death row, like the 74 down from Penn State, and it was just some hammers. So
wow, okay,
I mean,
yeah.
We don't know what the survival. We're gonna have to compile all these into one video and just like have everybody vote on the best wrestling survival team, because there's been some good ones. Some guys have went the route of taking every heavyweight on the roster. Other guys have not even thought about taking a heavyweight. So it's interesting. There's some different aspects of it. But
right. Yeah, because you either they're either gonna slow you down, or they're gonna be. And Greg, I mean, he's a pretty athletic dude, man. Oh, yeah. So they're gonna slow you down, or they're like gonna be like super smart. They know their stuff. Yeah, you know. So
or a lot of the smaller guys will have on like the 25 pounder, the 33 pounders. They'll be like, well, I mean, worst case scenario, I'll shoot him in the knee if I have to run. Like that's what they say. Or like if we run out of food, like we'll just eat him.
Yeah, that's big facts.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
Yeah, you guys are expendable, so you gotta be aware of that. You guys are always gonna be the first ones for us little guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, Nahshon, it was great to have you on. Thank you everybody for watching. This has been Heavyweight Nation episode 107 of the Late Night Shots podcast. We'll see you guys later.